Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining me for my review of AMAIM Warrior at the Borderline Episode 10 Expedition. We start off with the weapons broker's guy asking Yatagrusu to help another resistance cell in the European bloc, and one of their local resistance is about to be destroyed or whatever. And it seems like the arms broker guy has some sort of ulterior motive and is sending the main characters on a mission to kind of test the AMAIMs and get some data on them or whatever. My guess is probably for some sort of mass production and sale. So we meet the local resistance who have been beaten down pretty badly by some evil Russian commander guy. Each of the AMAIM pilots sort of buddies up with a new friend from the new cell. They do some reconnaissance of the local area and figure out a plan of attack. The evil Russian commander guy is sort of an eccentric evil anime pilot character and decides to fight the AMAIMs himself, in addition to using his AI machines who he had been using to fight the local resistance. They have a pretty cool battle. This one was really focused on the different strategies. Evil Russian guy heavily relies on these automated sensors, so they hack the sensors to mask their appearance. Obviously, evil Russian guy doesn't know this, and they lower all of his troops onto a bridge and then blow up the bridge, and then they could just fight him one-on-one. They don't kill him, but they sort of injure him enough so that they could escape, which was their original goal, and get the local resistance where they were going. This was a pretty good episode and one of the better episodes of the show. It had an interesting battle that focused more on the strategy rather than just having the main character sort of dynasty warrior their way through a bunch of hordes of bad guys. We got introduced to some new characters, although they were kind of pretty generic anime archetypes, and the world of AMAIM was kind of expanded a bit. I think the bigger question is if the show can actually build on this momentum. Every few episodes there are some concepts or episodes that have promise, but then they usually kind of move on to something else, usually something more generic, and then kind of never reference what happened in the previous episodes again. It seems like the crew's going to be doing a mini arc fighting this evil Russian commander guy, so we'll see kind of what that takes, though this particular episode was, kind of another one-and-done episode. I don't know if it would kill them to have a problem that cannot be resolved in, one 24-minute episode, and I'd like to see some of these things kind of, stretched out and maybe expanded upon. But I will give the show a little credit for carrying over some plot points from the last few episodes. First, they revisited the AI versus human warfare idea that was introduced a few episodes and kind of showed human ingenuity sort of overcoming the automation. And again, once the evil Russian guy got really serious about the AMAIM pilots and kind of saw how strong they were, he wanted to fight them himself. So I suspect we'll probably see this concept kind of revisited and expanded on. They also referenced that Tezuka was kind of still struggling with his uncertainty from the last episode where, he sees his brother who was trying to use a more peaceful means to accomplish his goals versus, fighting in the resistance. However, after the crew's win against the evil Russian guy, Tezuka realizes that his way is to help via combat. So although they did carry over the plot point, they only kind of referenced it for a few seconds and only in the next episode, and I'm sure it will never be mentioned again. So I guess in summary, one of the better episodes, again, has some interesting plot points, but we've kind of seen this before, and in the past it's fizzled out, so I'm not going to get too excited, but it seems like every few episodes they sort of throw us a bone just to kind of continue to give the hope that this show will be able to kind of provide something a little bit more than just a bunch of generic anime archetypes and some not super interesting mech designs. So we'll see. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I'd really appreciate if you could thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't enjoy the video, please tell me about it in the comments. I do anime reviews on Monday and figure reviews on Wednesday. And please join me for this week's figure review where we're going to take a look at the DX Chogokin YF19 from Macross Plus. Thanks so much and keep collecting.